Another episode of What Did My Kid Bring Home from Daycare? So outside of fighting the obvious Midwest weather, we're fighting sickness again. If you're not a parent yet, or if you just recently became one, you are well aware that your kid goes to daycare, it's gonna get sick all the time. Oh my gosh! And that's not all. I have the trifecta. My wife is sick, my daughter is sick, and my driver was sick. I must just be absolutely immune to them because I am like a vehicle. One of them gets sick and then I get them all sick. Every time. Never fails. And none of them are wussies, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. We figure it out. At the end of the day, Keegan ended up calling it a half day because he ended up running a couple dumpsters, and then on the last one, he was like, dude, I can't do this. I'm falling asleep at the wheel. I'm so sorry. And Keegan rarely calls in. I mean, maybe 2 or 3 times all year. So I was like, dude, get out of the truck. I'll take care of the last one. He's back today though, and him and I are hammering out on one of our biggest clients. Right now, I'm dropping off a dumpster to somebody else, but then him and I are both gonna tag team the Shopco job that we have. They are on dumpster like so we are doing our best to stay on top of that and get them emptied and returned as fast as possible. I forgot to mention, the first customer is actually getting a different size dumpster. So we're gonna go pick up that green one here in a second, and we're gonna get rid of this bigger one here. It's always something. Yeah, buddy. All right, before we go to the drop, I wanna check on something in the shop. If you follow the channel, and you have for a while, you will notice that in here I had a massive leak, and I've had that leak ever since I've owned the place. A roofing company came by and they basically fixed all of it. So I am so pumped. They basically siliconed the top of the roof so it no longer leaks. And that will definitely make my family happy, who keeps some of their go-karts here. Some of them are mine, some of them are theirs, but anything you basically see on the ground is either old water stains or even oil or clutch oil or something like that. So we're good, we're dry. Shout out to the roofing company, Bone Dry Roofing. Stays true to the name. How you doing, girl? Someone's about to fall asleep. Let's get this drop out of the way. Little driveway protection, right? Let's see if they've got one for us, or if we can just let Keegan do the rest of it. All right, change plans. So as you can see, we've got 2 dumpsters here. Keegan already came to get one, and that one over there has nothing in it. This one over here is full. And the reason is we've got a Sunbelt tech over here looking to be fixing that Mini. It is Friday here, and we are rolling into the weekend before Christmas. So he basically said they're gonna roll out of here by noon. So I basically have made the executive decision to let Keegan take care of that one as well. That way it gives him something to do for the rest of the day, or at least fills most of his day without me going to take it and then Keegan ending up with a half day. You know, I wanna give Keegan his hours if he can take them. So instead of their normal, you know, 3 to 4 dumpsters in a day, today it looks like they're only gonna get 2 emptied and 2 brought back. And I just checked, that actually does put them at dumpster like, and they're nowhere near being done. Curious why I keep doing that? Stay tuned and I'll give you a chance to win some merch at the end. This place is rumored to be turned into a lumber yard, so that's just the rumor. Don't know if that's true. If you are local, don't hate me if that's not the case and it turns out being like a Whole Foods or something. But at the end of the day, they had to gut everything. I mean, this whole place still had all the racks. There was still merchandise in this place. There was garbage. There was all kinds of stuff. And some of it came out incredibly heavy. But overall, their loads have been anywhere from basically 3 to 5 or 6 tons. I mean, that seems to be the average. I'd say the average being 3, and then the occasional 5 or 6 ton load. Lots of drywall, lots of studs, but nothing crazy. They've been really incredible to work with. I told them what we couldn't take and what we could take, and they are all for it. And all they really care about is how fast we can do it. I also just saw something that I found an opportunity to help the customer a little bit more. See all that hard fill over there? They cut that garage door in there, but they have no way, they said, to get rid of that stone yet. Just another example of kind of going the extra mile and actually talking to the customer about what they need. So I told him that I do have a very old dump truck. It's not pretty, it's not something I would typically break out, but it would easily handle that, and we could probably find somebody to get rid of it, you know, in a ditch or a, you know, hard fill space, because a lot of people around here, especially in the county, are always looking for hard fill because there's so much washout that happens here, as you can see. Look at all this rain. It comes in huge waves. So again, just adding a little extra value to the customer, kind of a one-stop shop. It's not a big job by any means, but it does clean up the space. He is very diligent about keeping the space and the parking lot clean, and so I kind of figured it was something he wouldn't mind, you know, seeing disappear. So in the next couple of weeks, I told him when the rain kind of clears up, I already had a dirt job I needed to bring the dump truck back to town for, and when I did that, we would just scoop that in with a skid, and I would run it out of there. Some of you would be like, well, why don't you just have them tossed into the dumpster? Well, at the end of the day, most customers are pretty aware that we charge by the ton to get rid of stuff, and that's several tons of just stone that around here you can get rid of for next to nothing. So rather than take advantage of them, you know, I just work out a better deal for both of us, because I'm sure I can find somebody that would almost pay to have that hard fill. Let's check on Keegan's last pickup for the day, or at least the last pickup related to this job. These guys are like insanely hard at work. Got people on all kinds of machines doing all kinds of things. They don't stop. We always have them stop a little before the drop point. That way we can kind of sweep a nice path, because there are just screws and nails everywhere in here. And on this flat surface, it's really easy to pick them up. How you feeling, sicko? Another one. So you can see our safety boards sometimes take a beating. This was actually from a different contractor a couple weeks ago. This one was theirs, but they were really cool about it. They actually let us know. This contractor basically just pretended like it didn't happen. They were like, oh, we owe you a board. And I was like, you guys, don't worry about it. Thanks for letting me know. But I like how they always keep it nice and level. They're really good about packing stuff down. Oh, a little more. Ah, there we go. What a professional. If there was one feature of this setup you could change, what would it be?
Of this setup?
Yeah.
I don't know, I like it.
Anything in particular?
Automatic tarp.
I'll do this one. Big baby. I am going to
Shit. Dude, I would fall off and bust my head and you'd be minus your only employee.
Yeah. This is 2024. We need to upgrade.
Automatic tarp coming.
Just a liability. Liability? And that never is good. You think I was faster than the tarp?
Sometimes. Not today.
Alright, you good, dude?
Yeah. Just gotta give her a protein.
Oh my gosh, protein shake?
Yeah.
This is the worst invention of all time. Death.
I'd say so.
Yeah, useless. See you in a bit. See? That's a tire killer. Alright, I gotta jump back in the mom Jeep and go take care of some bills. Alright, good timing. Looks like Keegan's back already. I think Keegan's due for a hat. Keegan! You're due. Look at that thing.
Sweat mark.
Oh my gosh.
Replaced.
Oh, wait. Your Christmas bonus is in there.
Dude!
So, I didn't mean to capture that on film, but if you want to win yourself a hat, go ahead and guess how many dumpsters we have dropped at that Shopko so far. If you go back through some previous videos where we've kind of shown that Shopko job, you probably could get a pretty good educated guess. First person to get the correct answer, which is how many dumpsters we've dropped so far at that job, drop in the comments, and I will go ahead and send you a hat. I will pin up the comment at the top who gets it right. But in order to win, you have to be subscribed to the channel.
Go ahead and guess how many dumpsters we got, and you can get yourself a cool hat just like this.
The hat that I send you will not include a Christmas bonus. Normally, and a lot of guys around the country who are doing dumpsters, this would be their slow time. Not going to say that's everybody, but anybody who especially experienced weather changes, this would be a slower time of year. But for us, we're about to hit a record month. The funny thing about that is I nearly turned this client away. And at the end of the day, guys, people don't care about your equipment. I mean, your equipment's important, don't get me wrong, but as long as it's reliable and you know its limitations, that's not what determines how successful you are.
Why are you always playing with your balls?
Nobody knows how to handle them as well as me.
Fair.
And I'm not talking to just dumpster guys. I know there's other guys who watch this channel. At the end of the day, your marketing and your sales is the most important. Not only did I nearly turn them away, I actually tried to refer them to somebody else. Not even somebody that I'm cordial with. The company asked for 40-yard dumpsters. And I said, I'm sorry, we don't have 40-yard dumpsters. At the time of taking the call, I was insanely busy. So I was like, hey, you should probably call these guys, give them a call. They'll get you the best price. The funny thing is, they called me back and said, hey, what can you do for us? The only person that we can get a hold of that can get us 40s said that they would be able to turn them around like once a week. And that's not acceptable. We need this job to like move as fast as possible. What can you do and what sizes do you have? I told them that we have 20s and that I could move them as fast as they needed to, but you know, they're going to be smaller and probably not the most cost effective. And they said, that doesn't matter to us, we just need to keep the project moving. Question-based selling is one of the most important things in business, and it's something every blue-collar guy should know, especially if you own your own business. It's an easy way to make more money or generate more business than even the client expected to spend, but still be happy with. And don't get caught lacking. That's what the kids say, right? What a nerd. No, really, don't give away business if you don't need to, especially if you don't even know what the customer wants yet.
As you can see, Clayton's found a new feature that is phenomenal because it helps blur out my potty mouth because, what can I say? I curse like a sailor. And go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment down below on those dumpsters and see if you can win a hat.
The more I think about this, the amount of hours of video I have of Keegan that I've had to cut from YouTube because of something he said is phenomenal. So now I'll be actually able to capture all those moments. Stay tuned. And you heard the guy. Subscribe, like, and follow. We'll catch you in the next one.